YouTube, happy Thursday. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please click the subscribe button below. I would greatly appreciate it. Today I am making a video on credit scores. I get this question asked a lot by people all the time, and they say, hey Will, what exactly is a good credit score? I don't really know mine. I don't really know where it falls, and I kind of want to better understand what really goes into effect with that. So I'm going to talk about, scoring systems that are used that are pretty well known and kind of how they differ a little bit, and then 5 things that kind of go into your credit score and how exactly that's calculated and the percentages assigned to them. So FICO and VantageScore, 2 main scoring systems that are used to give you your credit score. So for instance, credit is given from range of 300 to 850. 850 being exceptional and you're killing it, you're crushing it. 300 not so good. But where you fall in between, I'm going to kind of give you a estimate, an average of where you fall in those numbers. So if you're in an 800 to 850 under FICO, if you fall in that range, which is really, really good, that's an exceptional credit score. I mean, you're talking about you're going to be getting the best rates, whether that be applying for a car loan, a mortgage, a business loan, personal loan, whatever you need to get that. So next would be 740 to 799, which is very good. And, I don't have the exact number here, but if you look at the rough averages of people, they kind of fall within that 740 range to 799. Very good. 670 to 739 is good. Still will get you rates. It might not get you certain things, or the process of getting approved might take a little bit longer depending on what you're using your credit score to get, whether that be a mortgage, a loan, a car loan, whatever that may be. So 580 to 669 is fair, and then obviously below that, poor. So if you're in that 660, 670 range and up, you're in pretty good shape. I always tell people to aim for that 750 and higher range. If you can get it up to that, that would really be great. And then, you'll see that you'll get approved for more things and things down the road that you need money for. So that was for FICO. VantageScore is a little bit different. It's kind of a broader way, but they break it down into 5, excellent, good, fair, poor, very poor. So 781 to 850 is excellent. 661 to 780 is good. 601 to 660 is fair. 500 to 600 is poor. And then obviously below that 500, 499 to 300 mark is very poor. But those are what they do. And I'm actually getting these numbers right from bankrate.com, and I'm going to post this in the comments so you can take a look at it. But the 5 things, and I've talked about these in other videos that I've done, but the 5 things that really go into effect in determining your credit score is, number 1, payment history. Have you made your payments on time? Are you making the minimum payment every month? What is your payment history like? Did you miss payments? Are you paying interest? Is interest accruing on your cards, right? So those are the things that are going into effect. Number 2 would be amounts owed. So how much do you owe your creditors? How much do you owe your lenders that, you're working with, whether that be for a business, for a mortgage, for credit cards? There's so many different things. And most people will realize, the higher their loan value that they have doesn't always necessarily mean their credit's going to drop, right? So that is a good that goes into effect. Length of credit is the next one, the third one. So how long have you had credit for? When did you start establishing credit? When did you start paying creditors back? I think a good thing with young people is student loans, right? Most of us have student loans, and the earlier you start paying those back, the earlier you get a credit card, the earlier you start building up credit, putting things on your credit card, paying it off every month, that's going to have an effect on your overall credit score too. So that was the third one. Fourth one is new credit. So how often are you opening accounts? Do you have 20 credit cards? Do you have 6? Do you have 4? Whatever. Me personally, I recommend having between anywhere from 3 to 6. Now, there's people I know that have like 15, 20 credit cards, but anywhere in that range is good. And then, that's going to determine to your overall credit that you're allowed, right? And your utilization rate. So any new evolving credit that you have, that's going to go into effect as well as determining your overall credit score. And the last one is credit mix. So what kind of loans do you have? Do you have car loans? Do you have student loans? Do you have a mortgage? Do you have personal loans? Do you have business loans? So what kind of a mix is that, and what does that really entail? And then I do have the percentages here that, go from highest percentage to lowest of what goes into account and determine your score. And actually, the order I just gave you them, it starts from highest to lowest. So like, for instance, payment history, that's going to go into 35% of your overall credit score. Amounts owed is 30%. Length of credit history is 15%. New credit is 10%, and credit mix is 10%. So all 5 of those things broken down are really going to determine what your overall credit score is, which changes every month. So constantly gets updated every month. But those are the 5 things, and take a look at your score through FICO, VantageScore, and kind of see where you fall in there. And I will post this in the bottom in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Appreciate you listening, and tune in next time. Thanks.